question, how do you handle gender discrimination on board? So as for me, I use the power of words and actions. So say for example, I feel like I'm being discriminated, I actually approach the person and talk to the person to resolve things through open communication in a peaceful manner. And I also make it a practice not to take things personally. And of course, avoid making assumptions. Because we all have different battles in life. Sometimes we thought that we are being discriminated, but actually, those people are just treating us that way because they are undergoing through difficulties in life. During my vacant time, I usually engage myself on personal development activities so that I would be able to know myself more. That way, I would be able to respond appropriately on certain situations that I have to deal with. And of course, I also try my best to make extra effort to know other people that are on board so that I could build harmonious relationship with them. That way, discrimination would be lessened.
Hi, good day. I am Hasmin Labarda. I work in the offshore industry as a senior DPO and senior chief officer, safety officer. I have a captain's license. I've been in the industry for, let's just say, since 2000, so that's 19 years now. First question is, how do you handle gender discrimination on board? I would like to say that I would like to answer this question with my experiences. I am not a psychology graduate, but I would like to compare it with the way we grow. We started with infancy, then puberty, I don't know what you call teenage years, and then adulthood and maturity, before we reach maturity. So infancy, I would say just when we go into college. So we are full of hopes. We can do everything. And then suddenly things were not the way we thought they are. Like if in our family there is no malice, in our family it's your close-knit, and then suddenly you see different people when you go into college. You are surrounded with men. Maybe within your circle or within your family, it's alright to talk to men, or you can play along with men, and suddenly you have to be very, very careful. So that's infancy. You're growing up, first you think you're strong, and then suddenly you face with reality, harsh reality. And then comes puberty. When I experienced, I was really surprised. So I didn't realize that people can think like that or will have comments like that. So I went into puberty. I was defensive. I put a shield around myself to protect myself. So that's puberty. It depends on the people, how will they react to it. But for me, I just, everyone who hit me, I will bounce back. I will bounce back very strong. It will hit them hard, something like that. And then when you get tired, I get tired on that. That's puberty, and then you turn into teenage years. I would rather say, I'm going back, I would say puberty is something like, you're curious then. What is this one? What do I want to do? Do you want to go sailing, or I just want to stay this way? And then you realize you want to do something else. You want to pursue the career. That's teenage years. So when you become teenage years, it's as if there's this mentality that you know all the answers. So you did things, you did it your way, it's your way, or the highway, so to speak. And then that's teenage years, and then you will come into adulthood, realizing that I really cannot change others. I can only change myself. I was able to handle gender discrimination by healing myself, really. With again, I'll be more spiritual. It's something greater than me, because I first I thought I really can do everything. Although I am a very religious person, I thought I really can do everything by myself, but I was wrong. So that's adolescence, realizing that I am not alone, and I cannot do it on my own, and I cannot change others, and that's when maturity comes in. But again, you have to go through that process. I mean, everything goes through a process, so that's how it is for me. That's how I was able to handle gender discrimination. I started with my dreams. That seed, I planted that seed, and then it went into infancy. I thought it's the same thing as within my family, within my circle. I didn't realize that there's another word. And then I went into puberty. I transformed myself, thinking that's how I can survive. And then I followed that until teenage years, but it didn't give me the results that I wanted. And then I went into adulthood, error here, error there, all mistakes. And then comes maturity. So I really cannot change others. It's all I can do is study hard, work hard, love what I do, really be true to my art, be true to all my dealings, and be kind, and just be genuine, just be human. And that's how I was able to handle discrimination.
On my point of view, I think we can handle gender discrimination board by setting like equal policy, like equal opportunity policy on board, by conducting a training for all those seafarers working on board regarding the gender discrimination in work area. The third one, maybe it's like taking an immediate action for all the complaints. And as like bosses and an employee of the vessel, I think you need to know each other's biases. So you will have more likely to understand each other's differences.
The major challenge of a woman seafarer is to be able to succeed in maritime industry, because some people still think that seafaring job is for the men only, but many women seafarers have proven themselves worthy. We actually have Captain Laparda, Captain Javeriana, Chief Engineer Da Silva, Captain Ranyada, Second Engineer Calupas, and many other female officers who have succeeded in the maritime field. And I'm also trying my best to become a chief engineer someday. So let's just do this together. And if they have done it, why can't we, right?
It's still employment, job opportunities. And again, even in school, no one believes that women can do it. They are not supported. Second problem, again, is support. No government support. Another part of lack of support is lack of company support. Then lack of, if there are problems on board, we don't know, there are no we don't have quick ways to call for help. What else? again, we're not protected. If we complain, it will all turn against us. If we complain, it's us against the world. I just know we have a case recently, like someone asked for our help, we reported it. However, the crewing agency protected the abuser. Even the abusers are threatening the woman seafarer. There's not even a support from the government. There are no projects or measures to increase or provide support and employment to the women seafarers. So those are the major challenges: job opportunities, support in a way like what is the major challenge of a woman seafarer nowadays? That's the support. I mean, if no one is opening doors for us, even if we open another window, even if we jump into another window, if there's really no one accepting us, so we can't do much.
They asked me what is the major challenge a woman seafarer is dealing on board. For me, I think it's the proficiency of competency. Why? Because in the field of maritime industry, it's like dominated by men. In the beginning, it's only few or maybe no women is working on board. But nowadays, since there are lots of cruise ships, cargo ships, and it is not only men who is working on board. There are even lots of women who is also a seafarer now. So proficiency in competency, because they thought that women is weak. Women is not, it's not talented or cannot perform any work on board. But nowadays, women can compete with the men. So my advice for all the women seafarers, don't ever give up and don't ever think that you are not that competent with anybody else. Always think that with all your efforts, with all your distinct and it's like with all your efforts, you can always make impossible possible.
As for me, I think it is a continuous process of building good relationship. You have to work on it every day. You have to show men seafarers that you have the potential to become a marine engineer or officer someday. You have to show them you are capable and you have the ability to become successful. You also have to study every day so that you will be knowledgeable. You need to develop your skills by practicing them, and you have to possess the right attitude in able to deal with everyday circumstances on board. So to be able to improve yourself on that, you can use all the resources on board. We have different manuals, we have internet, we have different books, and all other resources that are already available, and you just have to study and learn from it. Also, you have to know the people around you. It would be better if you allot time to hear their stories, know their inspirations in life, their motivations, their dreams, and share yours as well. Because if you do that, you can build good relationship with them, and then you can add value to one another. That way, they would appreciate you, and you would appreciate them, and the task would be done easily.
Again, speaking from my experience, I will only be able to encourage men or others to accept women seafarers or accept me if I also accepted that I can do it. If I also accepted that I am destined, that I am meant, that I am okay to be on board. Until that happens, I will not be able to genuinely feel, I will not be able to really encourage others or men to accept our or the women seafarers' existence on board. So another thing, of course, company support. We need all the support that we can get. Not to patronize us or whatever, but at least people will know if they are unfair, if they treated us if they abused others sexually, mentally, physically, emotionally, in any way, or bullied, then something will happen to them. But until that happens, until there is a policy, until we are protected, women will just do the same thing over and over again. Just being, I'm here, men are here, and other people, minorities, like that. So, but basically for me, I can only make others or the men seafarers accept me or the women seafarers by really doing the job well. I cannot expect others to give something I myself cannot give myself. I cannot expect it from others, something that I don't have. So, as I was saying, I have to be ready all the time. I have to be 10 times ready. And also, I have to be willing to teach them as well. I have to be patient to them as well. The same thing that I'm expecting from others or from men. So I think that's how I will be able to encourage others, and also not being a problem. I mean, it's being human again. It's not being forceful. If I am very forceful, then others will just hate me. But if I will just speak my truth gently, or not really saying it directly, but letting them say it themselves. But actually, that's the same point I want to say. So I think we'll get there. It's sometimes silence is good, patience is good, but putting a boundary, putting a bottom line on everything, saying I can do as much as this one, but if you cross the line, then that's it. I know my rights, something like that. It's also protecting yourself. Yeah, again, if I want to be respected, I ought to respect others. So that's how it is. So that's my answer. Hope this helps.
I can encourage men seafarer to appreciate women seafarer by means of respect. If you know how to respect each other, you will gain the trust. And if you gain the trust, then you can build friendship. And with this friendship, they will appreciate what you are doing. They will never think of the negative side. Instead of, you will have like cooperation with each other. You will work closely related with each other. In short, you will have like a peaceful environment, because it is not about nationality, race, gender, age, position, but it is all about understanding differences of each other. Then with this kind of attitude, if you know everyone's differences, you can easily mingle with other people. So with this, then you will have a good relationship on board. And I believe if you have this kind of environment, there will be no more discriminations between women and men seafarers.